Hello, everyone. I want to welcome you to the celebration of life for my one son, Jawara Gamal McIntosh, musically known as Tosh One. He was loved by many people, including those who have joined us here today. When I realized he had musical talent, because he used to come to me, I can sing, I can rap, I can do this, and I'd be like, you can go to school, you can go to school, you can go to school. And finally, he got the opportunity to go in the studio. He goes in the studio, picks up the mic, and the engineer says, sing. I kid you not, tears came to my eyes. I couldn't believe how talented he was. In that moment, I knew music was his calling.
Tosh was definitely a very, professional, multi-platinum artist.
We DJ'd together. I actually fell in love with it the first time I got a hold of some turntables and didn't want to stop. And then because of our love for music, my brother just comes into the room and is like, okay, we're doing this together. And my mom, the bulldog that she was, somehow had us playing everywhere. We played in Jamaica, we played in Connecticut, New York, Miami.
He ended up coming out to Berkeley to do a show. And that's when I really got a chance to see his real artistry. It was one of the dopest shows I ever seen.
Tosh One was destined to be one of the greatest artists reggae would have ever seen.
Gamel found his voice as a musician. The first time I heard his voice, I was blown away. He sounded just like my father, and Jawara had this gift to just perform and captivate anyone that was in his presence.
Everyone is crying out for peace. None is crying out for justice. Everyone is crying out for peace. I say, none is crying out for justice.
He'd call me and ask my advice on performing and what he could do to win the audience over. I told him, you're a handsome fella, Gamel. You've already captivated the audience. If you want to woo the ladies now, take off your shirt. Show your six-pack. Gamel busted out laughing and replied, I can't do that.
When Jawara got on stage, you can feel that he was purpose-driven and he wasn't just there to entertain.
I'm at a loss for words because it's just too crazy, it's too big. It's like, it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just doing my thing. I'm just here to play my part for God.
Gamel would go to the studio with my mother, who used to like to sing. And at 5, 6 years old, just ride a beat like a grown man, just, the ad-libs before the Migos.
These words reverse curses, trample the seed of the serpent, gunshot for the beast. These are murderous verses, your blood spiller was purchased, pardon divine purpose, dope fiends turn.
Before Capleton and Sizzler and everybody else, Gamel could hop on a microphone and just do what needed to be done. He just had it in him. His father definitely passed that on to him.
I would say it was a blessing for I and I, saying to be able to be in his presence, reason, meditate, travel, sing. You saying Tosh One, one of the most lyrical geniuses that ever came out of Jamaica, undoubtedly.
Coming in hot, hot, hot. Fire in some shot, shot, shot. Coming in very hot, hot, hot.
I continue to discover new messages from your music to this day. So many songs still to be shared with the masses. I will make sure that all these gems continue to reach the people to inspire, heal, and encourage. In one of the last songs we recorded in the studio together, you asked, which one of them gonna start the war? Tell them start the war.
See them from far. Which one of them? Tell them any one of them.
His music was not only a career for him, but a source of inspiration.
I remember the first time you come to Jamaica and rehearse, and one song, you sing one song, and the whole rehearsal room full of people and picture, and it was like Peter Tosh himself was in the building.
Tosh was one of the most lyrical geniuses that ever came out of Jamaica.
Well, I was down with the entire family, Peter Tosh family, for an October 19th celebration, probably about 9 years ago. And we were standing around and waiting for Jawara to show up because he was taking a later flight from Boston. And as it turns out, when his flight arrived at Montego Bay, Jawara, who had been born in Jamaica and really felt that it was his true homeland, was so excited that he couldn't help himself, went running through customs and forgot to pick up his suitcase. So he arrived then by a car, by a driver, at his grandmother's house, Peter's mother's house, Mrs. Cook, who was very much alive then, and his father's mausoleum, and then suddenly realized that he left his suitcase all the way back in Montego Bay, and I offered to drive him to go get it. And after driving the 2 hours to Montego Bay to pick up his suitcase, which was just sitting there waiting for him, we drove back. And on the way into the property in Belmont, there are several shacks that serve beers, rum, but also have a lot of it is Rastafari memorabilia and collectibles and so on. And they're all run by people who were related to Peter Tosh and to his family. And so we go in there and have each have a beer. And I talked to Jawara, and he was so excited to be there. And I said, do you feel like singing? He said, yeah, what should I sing? So I said, I don't know, Vampire. And Jawara had a very loud, very powerful voice, much like his father. And he sang perfectly the song Vampire. And as he sang, his cousin, the proprietor, who had never sung with Jawara ever, joined in. And they put their arms around one another's shoulders. And then would ask me to just name different songs. So I named You Can't Blame the Youth. I remember they're singing Lion. I remember they're singing Glass House together. And they did it perfectly. Not only did they do it perfectly and had never sung together before, but they actually sang in harmony. And I realized I was alone in the presence of something that was absolutely magical.
If you are a jockey, nobody jockey for me. Hey, cause I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my size, I'm dangerous, dangerous. I'm like a stepping razor, don't you watch my size, I'm dangerous, dangerous. Okay. One more time, I love it. What's up, bro? What do you want? Oh, Bumba Club. Oh, Rasta.
And it's so unfortunate that his life was cut short because we talked a lot of music. And he was playing music for me that he was working on, and there was so much good music in him and getting ready to come out. And hopefully the world will see that music sometime soon.
Toshone, I wish you was here so I could still keep putting you to perform for the people live in concert, you know. If you was still here with us in the flesh, I guarantee you will be up there with the Marleys and various acts performing, or even many acts opening for you today, because I already did see that greatness in you, and I did believe in you and still believe in you and always will believe in you. People, keep Toshone name, his brand, and legacy always alive. All the Cubans say that.
You know, he was performing. He was just filled with so much life, and everyone around him, he make everybody happy. Everyone was just happy in his presence because he brought life to the environment.
And if I could think of one word that would describe Gamel, that word would be life. Gamel was filled with so much energy. He electrified everything and everyone that came close enough to him.
His love was so contaminating and so pure. He had a smile, the smile of an angel.
The smile, your infectious smile, your sunny smile, your warmth, the way you care for people, you were so lovable and so adoring. You were so kind. All of these remain fresh in my memory.
He had a super big personality. He was charming. I used to say that, like, if he wanted to start a cult, he could, because men and women, everybody just loved him.
He was so big in personality. Busta Rhymes has nothing on Gamel, not a thing. And to know him, you would know what I'm talking about. He commanded a room.
I remember the first time we burned together in some parking garage somewhere. You went off on some kind of political tangent, and you know, I was used to being the one running my mouth, but man, you had us all just quiet for a solid 10, 15 minutes, and yeah, I never heard anything like it.
He was always the center of attention, and sometimes I'll be like, oh my gosh, like who, like why?
You had to always let it be known that he was in the building, always. Like, his energy was always high.
You will know when Jawara has stepped in the building because he will make sure you know he has stepped in the building. He would make sure the whole building knows he has stepped in the building. That's Jawara.
But check, but Pete. We in here. Where's Peter Tosh at? Right on top of KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? Who's about to do it? Tosh mother.
Wait, what are you trying to
Tosh who? Tosh who?
You was
One.
so dumb,
It's a
man.
rap, yo.
Leader, very outspoken. Man, he was my mentor.
He was a leader, a good friend, a father, a musician, an artist. The man was a freedom fighter.
He was the most happy-go-lucky, friendly, goofy, giving, kind, big-hearted.
Just a beautiful soul, very strong, very confident. He loved to crack jokes. He loved to also show. I wouldn't say he loved, but he had his vulnerable moments, and he wouldn't hide them from you. A beautiful, powerful man, a vampire slayer of the highest order.
What a special person, full of life and energy and passion and talent.
What I've always admired about Jawara is his fearlessness and his bravery. He always encouraged everyone to rebel.
We should be uncomfortable with what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? We should be revolutionaries, and that's it. It's just that simple.
And when I say rebel, I mean rebel against the rat race that we caught up in every day, the mental conditioning, being spiritually handicapped, as he would call it. Jawara's spirit is very resilient. I've seen Jawara go through obstacles that would make the average person fold, and his faith remained unshaken. He always stayed very optimistic regardless of what he was going through. While Jawara was incarcerated, despite the circumstance, mentally and spiritually, he was in a good space. He would constantly tell me about the spiritual high he was on. He was writing a lot. He would give me scriptures to write down and ask me to share them with the children. He would ask me to share them with every one of my contacts. He was fasting a lot, praying a lot, and even holding Bible studies in there with other inmates. He always had a personality that people gravitated towards and an energy that people gravitated towards. So it wasn't a surprise to me that he was able to bring people together. Even in there, he was planting seeds and leaving a mark.
I have so many good memories of Jawara, but one I would like to point out is that he taught me that you don't have to go to church to be a good person. He was definitely a good person inside and out. very knowledgeable person. He actually got me to cuss after I had gotten saved. He actually got me to cuss. So I knew then that he was a very special person, because typically people don't move me. So I just want to say blessings to his wife, his children, his mom and Naomi, and his other siblings. I am so sorry to hear about the passing of Jawara, but I know his legacy will definitely live on through you all. And it was a true blessing for me to have known Jawara over the past 25 years. So God bless, and stay strong, and I'll keep you all in my prayers.
He didn't laugh a lot in class, and I'd walk down the corridor afterwards and see him surrounded by friends and telling a joke. It was not the same Jawara, who was really a serious student.
After high school, he went on to major in economics at Northeastern University.
Jawara was a very talented man. Gifted, smart. One of the most intelligent people I've ever known.
TOSHONE, one of the most brilliant, intelligent, conscientious individuals that I've ever met.
Jawara's intellect was always sharp. He always thought outside of the box.
I can remember all the times that class was going nowhere and there really wasn't any learning taking place. And those times when you put your fist on the table and just said, stop, enough's enough, please. I'm trying to learn here. I'm trying to make moves.
He was okay being the one person in high school that was like, I think that we need longer school days. Everybody's like, what? He was the one voice that was pushing for a better education, advocating for education that was interactive. And, you know, he was that thought leader.
The loving father that he was, the loving cousin to my children. Every time he saw my children, it was a big affair.
J-Man, shaking. Look who's here.
Snap it up.
I loved how he interacted with his children, how he loved his family.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Get up, stand up.
Stop. Go back, practice. All right, you ready?
Ready.
What's this?
This.
What's this?
Apple.
Good. What's this?
Is.
Good. What's this?
You know, when he was with my daughter, you know, I remember I went to the park with him one time and this guy was just like, is he a camp counselor?
Jawara had this energy of a child in a grown-up's body. The way he clicked with my son, and he didn't act immature, but he acted as a child in, like, I don't know, it was really hard to describe.
He was able to be this big kid, but at the same time, when it came to like law and order, he had this wrath, you know, which I appreciated.
He loved my daughter like she was his. Like she meant the world to him. She was only maybe like 2 years old when we met, and he had her in what he called Tosh Bible Boot Camp.
Who are in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is done in heaven. Give us this day.
He had my 2-year-old walking around, reading the Bible, yelling at people, telling them, he had her intact, and she was disciplined, and he really had an impact on our lives early on, and I'll always make sure that she remembers him for that.
This is a message from my dad, and today we are going to be going over 10 things that I learned from him. Number 1, I learned how to ride a bike. I originally struggled to ride a bike, and all my other friends at school knew how, and he taught me by taking off the training wheels and just doing it without training wheels, and I kept falling, but eventually I learned how. The same thing with when on swings. He kept telling me what to do, and even though there's a lot of fails, I still learned, and I still was able to pass that. I also learned advanced math for my age from him, so when I went to 2nd grade, I was already prepared for things like multiplication and division. I also learned a lot of things about the Bible, about Jesus and Noah's Ark, and how all the animals went on the boat and sailed across. And I learned things about how Jesus revived the baby, and how he died and then came back to life to repent for our sins. I also learned about his music career. He used to take me in his car, and we used to go around and sell music discs. And even though he didn't get a lot of sales, he still kept trying hard and never gave up. I also learned about my granddad from him, and I learned about Jamaica and the history of my heritage and things like that. I learned about the marijuana and how his song encouraged people to learn more about marijuana. I also learned sport things like learning how to jump rope and catch a football, basic stuff. And overall, I learned a lot of things from my dad, and I wouldn't be the same person that I was if he wasn't there. Here are 10 of my favorite memories with me and my father. My first favorite memory with my father is when he took me to the circus for my birthday. My second favorite memory with my father is when he would pick me up from school and we'd take long walks together. My third favorite memory with my father is when he taught me how to read at the age of 3. My fourth favorite memory with my father is when he would tell me scary bedtime stories. My fifth favorite memory with my father is when he would make his delicious mac and cheese. My sixth favorite memory with my father is when he bought me a bike for my 4th birthday. My seventh favorite memory with my father is when he took us to the park and created an obstacle course for us. My 8th favorite memory with my father is when he would read the Bible with me. My 9th favorite memory with my father is when we'd all give each other group hugs. My 10th favorite memory with my father is when he brought me, my sisters, and cousin on stage to sing Legalize It with him. Daddy, I will love you always and forever. Love, Azaria.
I love you. There is no limit to this statement.
Never be afraid to come and talk to me. I will always try to help you in life.
Show love to all people.
Good things follow good people. Bad things follow bad people.
It's okay to seek other family members for advice. Just don't talk too much unless you feel absolutely comfortable.
If ever something bad happens to you, your mother and I will always be there for you, and so will the ones who love you.
Try to dwell away from the past, although it may be hard at times. Do things that lighten your mood.
Feel better about yourself by accomplishing small tasks. This will help you heal.
You can help yourself feel better about yourself by doing things that makes you feel good about you.
Stay grounded. Get out into the world, but don't get consumed by all the man-made things. Be aware of your surroundings.
Don't try to figure out a person's next move. Just do what is necessary to achieve your goal.
Make a list of things you want to accomplish.
Strive to achieve your goals. Be yourself and keep love in your heart. Love conquers everything. Love, Daddy. I need to take these chances. I need to feel these words. Still by tomorrow. Still I need to know. I need to take these chances. I need to feel these words. Still by tomorrow. Still I need to know.
It doesn't matter how you breathe or how your dreams take flight. No matter how much we're different, I think we all deserve a gift. I don't know your heart, I don't know your strengths, I don't know your weaknesses, but I know we all want one thing. A dream to come true.
I wish that we were gone today so that we could see tomorrow. I wish that we could find the past so that we would have less sorrow. I think that we could be so amazing if we believe, 'cause everyone has a different voice, so sing it loud and sing it proud. Oh, it doesn't matter how you dream. I don't care what you look like. Forever hatred will continue on throughout your life. But if you believe, you'll be set free. I don't know your heart, I don't know your strengths, I don't know your weaknesses, but I know we all want one thing, a dream to come true. I wish that we were gone today so that we could see tomorrow. I wish that we could find the past so that we would have less sorrow. I think that we could be so amazing if we believe, 'cause everyone has a different voice, so sing it loud and sing it proud. Oh, let yourself fly, let yourself fly, I know you can. Each and every one of us can try. I believe, I believe. Oh, each and every one of us can try. I believe, I believe. When we think of each other, we can love. I believe. When we help at each other, we can learn. I believe. I wish that we were gone today so that we could see tomorrow. I wish that we could find the past so that we would have less sorrow. I think that we could be so amazing if we believe, 'cause everyone has a different voice, so sing it loud and sing it proud. Oh, let yourself fly, let yourself fly, I know you can. Oh, each and every one of us can try. I believe, I believe. Oh, each and every one of us can try. I believe, I believe.
Joar. The J is for joyful. His bright smile filled the room. The A is for admirable. I admired him for who he was. The W is for wise. You learn something new from him every day. The A is for adored. I adored spending my time with him. The R is for respectful. He respected his elders and those around him. The A is for affable. He was kind and always had a positive attitude. Tosh. The T is for talented. He made so many songs under the title of Tosh 1. The O is for outspoken. He was never afraid to say what he believed in. The S is for strong. He was so strong he could move any mountain that came in his way. The H is for handsome. He was good looking.
This was a part of a letter my daddy sent me while he was in New Jersey to encourage me, written by Alan White. At all times and all places, in all sorrows and in all afflictions, when the outlook seems dark and the future perplexing, and we feel helpless and alone, the Comforter will be sent in answer to the prayer. Circumstances may separate us from every earthly friend, but no circumstance, no distance from the heavenly Comforter.
400 years, 400 years, 400 years. Whoa. And it's the same philosophy. I said it's 400 years, 400 years, 400 years. Whoa. And the people, they still can't see. Why do they fight against the poor youth of today? And without these youths, they would all go astray. I said the wicked are go burn up in a Babylon. Long time we there fighting Armageddon. With too much in the struggle, I fi move on. I fi move on. Said TOSHONE said, wicked are go burn up in a Babylon. Long time we there fighting Armageddon. With too much in the struggle, I fi move on. I fi move on. Then he said, Babylon is burning and the fire can't chill. As the world is turning, I stand still. Keep the fire blazing and all them evil. Just soldiers marching and we not take no spill. Babylon is burning and the fire not chill. As the world is turning, I stand still. Keep the fire blazing and all them evil. Just soldiers marching and we not take no spill. 400 years, 400 years, 400 years. Whoa. And it's the same philosophy. I said it's 400 years, 400 years, 400 years. Whoa. And the people, they still can't see. Why they fight against the poor youth of today. And without these youths, they would all go astray. I love you forever, my king. Rise in strength, T. Bless.
Greetings, this is a special dedication to my brother Jawara McIntosh. We love and we miss you, brother. Rastafari guide and protect you. Your soul rest in peace. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Jah, and the Word was Jah. Jah is my health and my strength. So whom shall I fear? He is the shield upon my right and my left hand. So whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my keeper. Jah is my light and my salvation. So whom shall I fear? He is my guide throughout this creation. So whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my keeper. Jah is my guide when the Philistine comes down on me. So whom shall I fear? He is my guide from the vampires. So whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my keeper. Jah is my guide in my resting and my rising. So whom shall I fear? He is my guide throughout this creation. So whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my keeper. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide only under the shadows of the Almighty. Guide and protect you, my brother, every time. Rastafari.
Introduction to my good friend. From the first day we link, you was a godsend. You sure we love and teach we one with self. Say meditation is the order, that makes sense. My name is Nourish, I'm full of life. Oh yes, I really wanna take you on this ride. Trip my brains and percolate my mind. Make me nice when me hit the cutchy pipe. I never be. Yo, big up yourself, TOSHONE. Blessed youth. I don't know. Sad see you gone still. But we know say you hold the faith and you watch over we still. See me I say big up your family, big up your kids them. Them go carry on your work, you know. Enough people you inspire. You come and you do your work. I know you're gone. I can miss you, but we know we are gonna see you again. Bless up yourself, youth. I never believe in love at first sight, 'cause I believe in love at first draw. TOSHONE a cosmic lover, a cosmic lover, a cosmic lover, a cosmic. Jano youth, we love you straight.
Sin, I got you.
Screaming just for Chihuahua. Just for Chihuahua.
My name is Tashira, and I am a youth cultural organizer for the Youth Resiliency Institute. In 2015, the Youth Resiliency Institute invited Niambi McIntosh to Baltimore to speak as a special guest for the Youth Resiliency Institute's induction ceremony for the Baltimore Guitarists Against Violence program. Tosh Roots Reggae Youth Cohort. This was also the weekend where many protests occurred throughout Baltimore City in response to the murder of Freddie Gray. Niambi surprised us and brought her brother Jawara, who is also known as Tosh, One with her. We were so honored to meet him. He spoke with such vigor and conviction, just like his father, the great Peter Tosh. We were so saddened to hear about Jawara's transition after his long fight. We also learned about the injustice that led up to his injuries. We will continue to speak his name. On behalf of the youth and families of the Youth Resiliency Institute, we would like to send our deepest condolences to the Tosh family. We will honor Jawara during our 5th annual Cherry Hill Arts and Music Waterfront Festival in 2021. Justice for Jawara, justice for all.
Let me tell you a little bit about my son. We spent a lot of time with his grandparents in Jamaica. As soon as we get there, he jump out the car and he run up to the back of the house. They had this big hill in the back. And he would go up there for a good 15 minutes to the point where I had to call him. I would be like, Gamel. And he would answer back, Oi, may I come? He would come down, just a diaper on, barefoot, chest out, a bunch of rocks and sticks in his hands. He also loved to pick coconuts with his grandparents. He was a very adventurous child.
Jawara and I were like two peas in a pod growing up. Anything that I wanted to do, my mom was like, are you doing it with your brother? Is he going with you? And so I just got accustomed. You know, we were always together with just about anything we did for a really long time. From day one, Jawara loved me to pieces, and I loved him right back.
When Gamel was 5 years old, we were at home, and all I could hear is him screaming from the bathroom, Mother Rhythm, you gotta come now. I need you in private right now, Mother Rhythm. By the way, the name Mother Rhythm was created by him and his sister. When they were little, Their dad gave me the name Rhythm, and I had them calling me Mother. They just woke up one day and it was da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum, then finally Mother Rhythm. Let's get back to this now. So I go in the bathroom, he pulls me in, he pulls down his pants, and he says, "Look, Mother Rhythm, my private is hard." I put my 2 hands on his shoulders, and I said, "Gamel, I'll be right back." I go to my bedroom, I lie on my bed, I look up in the ceiling, and I'm like, "Boy, Peter, I need you here right now for this." I go back to the bathroom, shut the door, and I say, "Gamel, it's normal. It's gonna be okay. You're fine." I breastfed Gamel for 3 years, and he actually stopped on his own. Thank goodness for that. But he also did a thing where he would comfort himself by sucking his tongue and feeling on my breast. So none of my female friends wanted to hold him because he would do the same to them.
All I have now is memories, but those were the best times of my life. Never a dull moment growing up with you, man. Way back, high school, rap battles every day after school, chilling, going to get McDonald's, hanging out, all the little girls. It was good. Then to college, boom. You go to Northeastern, I go to Northeastern. That was crazy. Living on campus, best times of my life, man. Going to the gym, working out, going to all the clubs, having all the after parties, man. That was, I'll never forget those days, man. Best times of my life. We was living it up. Never a dull moment. We was drinking like fish and smoking like chimneys and living life to the edge, to the limit, like rock stars, superstars. Every day was an adventure. You just was a genuine good person, man. They don't make people like you no more, man. I miss you, man. The times of my life. I'm gonna make a promise to you. I'm gonna do better and do more for your kids. I know they love me. They all call me Uncle Sive. You know you're my best friend, my big brother. You know I call your moms my mom too. You know what I'm saying? Love you, Mom, too. My brother from another mother. This is real difficult for me, man, but I'm just gonna go into good memories and good times and good thoughts, man. And just remember all the fun we had, man. Remember when we used to spill a beer? You drop that beer or that liquor, you have to do 50 push-ups straight or catch a smack in the back of your head. In front of anybody. Whoever was there, you had to catch that smack. Or you had to man up and do 50 push-ups in front of everybody. All 50. If you can't do 50, you catch that smack. I'll never forget that. We was in the best shape of our life. We was benching like 285, doing sets of 10. Remember Tosh was dunking on people when we playing ball. Shh. It was crazy. That was crazy. Best times of my life. All the after parties, all the different places we had. In Dorchester, rented our home. That was a lot of fun, man. Me, you, Rayon, all living together, having the times of our lives. I know you're not here with us physically, man, but you'll always be here through our memories. And you're going to be here with me and your family in spirit. I know you're down in heaven with your Father looking down at us. I know you're laughing, doing that same big goofy laugh you always do. We'll be all right. We're going to stick together. My best friend, my big brother, my own. Love you. I miss you, man. Rest in peace.
Gamel and I grew up together. I'm older, but I, and his sister Nyambi have always been around each other. He is a brother to me. He was what I call my cousin brother.
When he became a teenager, I know he went to the university and he was majoring in economics. I think it was Northeastern University, I think, yeah. And I know from there, and him start the singing, and his father was instrumental in that. His father's inspiration. It's so strange that Peter and I are good friends, and Peter is used to, give me ideas. One time Peter said to me, say, anybody who don't make it in a Michi, they must wake up in the morning, take up a broom, go outside on their doorstep. When the sun shines, they must take the broom and sweep off the sunlight. So Peter and I, when I sing another song, Peter was a man that said, Michigan, we like that. Why you do we like that? Because a lot of people not teaching the people the right thing. So from Peter Tosh to TOSHONE.
I've had a special journey with Tosh, being that the first day that I meet TOSHONE was the same day or the birth, the saying of his first daughter, which her name is Jazara. And years thereafter, Tosh and I wound up being roommates for about 3 years. And within that time, we conceived our first 2 sons, saying, and blessedly, my first son was born the same month like myself, which is October. And TOSHONE, his first son, Jeremiah, was born the same month like himself, which is February. That is not something that, we could have planned or, of course, could have been scripted. So we've had many occurrences along those type of lines where it was just adjacent experience. So in short, I want man where I will always hold in my heart forever.
I didn't know you. I didn't know you as a man. I knew you as a kid. We were all kids. You were always the closest thing to a man. I remember the day when you literally grabbed me and shook me and asked me if I wanted to see what was next. I wanted to see what was after this, and asked me why it was I didn't want to go forward and keep moving, and keep going towards something. Try to envision what that was, and take a real stab at it. And you did that for me 2 or 3 times. And you tried hard, and I appreciate that. I'll always remember that. That was from your heart, man. That was all love. That was compassionate. And you didn't have to care whether any of us made it or got out of there or whatever. But you did. You always did. And you were a true leader, and there's no doubt in my mind that you didn't go on to become such a great guy. Your children are really lucky. Everyone that you ever had in your life is really lucky that they had you in their lives. Sorry. And this is sad, but people can live on in your spirit, and if they do, then they're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. And everybody get a chance to see each other someday, So, bro, I love you, and R.I.P. to all the ones we lost, and yeah, let's live on. And you just really touched me, and I think you touched every single one of us. And so, again, yeah, mad love, respect. We'll get there. We'll all get there. You're my G, dude. So, everybody, let's get it done. Let's. I'm not gonna say it, but let's take care of whatever things we have going on in our life that we need to take care of. So, all right, peace out.
When I first met Tosh, I met Tosh through Seabay, and I saw him coming from work when I met him. He was dressed up, nicely dressed. He was doing his thing, working. Then he was getting all these shows, So he had to focus on his music, you know. He even made me a part of his record label. He started a label called Step and Razor. He was making a lot of new music, you know. I was hoping to hear those music, you know. He was really putting his album together. I remember when I got into some trouble with the law, you know, I had to pay $4,000 and I had a small window to pay it. And I didn't know what I was going to do because I had like $2,000 left to pay. And Tosh came to me and gave me $1,400 and told me not to pay him back. And that's when I really saw what kind of person I was dealing with, you know. He's a good person to the heart. You know, I just want to say this was a wonderful person. You know, it hurts me every time to see him down. You know, I couldn't even, it was just heartbreaking to watch him be in any situation where he was down, because he was a brother to me. He was a good soul, you know. May he rest in peace. You know, the last thing that he said to me before the last time I spoke to him, he said that he loved me. He was like, "I love you, man," before he hung up the phone. That was the last time I spoke to him. You know, I haven't heard those words from him, you know, because we're like men, you know, macho a little bit, you know, so we don't speak like that. But for him to say that, you know, it's like his spirit somehow knew that he was gonna pass on. And I just want to say I love you, man, and may you rest in peace, Gerard McIntosh. TOSHONE, a brother, a friend, a father to your kids. I'm gonna love you and miss you, man. May you rest in peace, my brother.
And Jawara was somebody I called like a forever friend. So that just means it doesn't matter what was going on in life or what we were going through, that he always made sure that we kept in contact. And I loved him for that. So it's just like he'd check in on me every here and there, now and then. And we actually met back in like 2006. I was going to school to be a teacher, and I could braid hair really good. So I used to braid his hair in these crazy braided styles, like zigzags and the parts, and he wanted the whole shebang. He wanted it fresh. When he was expecting his son, he called me with the extravagant news. "I'm having a son. Oh, it's gonna be lit. Oh, I'm so excited." He was so happy, and I was so happy for him. And when he finished telling me his news, I showed him on FaceTime that I was expecting too. And he just said, "Yo!" And he was just so happy. It's just that energy that I'll always remember and keep and cherish and just always hold dear to my heart.
TOSHONE is a prince, a real life prince. Yeah, son of a king and son of a queen. And he is a force to reckon with. I used to call him Mighty Mac because he was so powerful, you know. TOSHONE is an immortal soul, a person who cannot die but lives forever, lives on forever. You know, he is. And he is forever, not was, and he will never, he's never was, he is. He is, like his father say, "I am that I am," he is.
Greetings, Massive. My name is Lanzo from Culture Shock, a reggae DJ, radio personality, MC, promoter, and producer. I had the great privilege of meeting Jawara McIntosh, aka TOSHONE, in May of 2016 at a reggae festival I was working in West Palm Beach. I understood he was there. I introduced myself and we hit it off right away. We vibed, and I told him if he needed anything to give me a call. He ended up giving me a call. He ended up living with me for 6 months, so I really got to know this guy well. Amazing just energy from this guy. I've never met anybody so full of life. And my son was named after his father, so his middle name is Tosh, and those two really hit it off as well. and they were like, when they were together, they were like best friends. They were like two friends that had known each other their whole lives, and they just had so much fun together. People, I love you, and my condolences to all those affected by Jawara's and his major loss. I send my love and condolences especially to the Tosh family, who I cherish and respect to the ultimate. If it weren't for Peter Tosh, I would be nothing. So thank you.
I have so many fond memories with them, whether in Jamaica in 2010, that was the last time we went to Jamaica together, or in New York when we first met.
I'm glad I had a chance to experience, being around Tosh, you know what I mean? Brief it, however it may it was. So, I'm sending all my love and support, to everybody, who knows and will get to know Tosh even moving forward.
I can remember the days when he used to babysit my daughter. He would have her in his room, teaching her how to play video games, or just messing around with whatever little instrument he had in his room. I can hear the laughter as I speak.
Jawara and I first met at a rehearsal for a Peter Tosh tribute we were both booked to perform at with This and That Band. I remember when I walked in, Tosh was rehearsing his set. The first thing I noticed was his energy and his big personality that filled up the room. Jawara and I hadn't formally introduced ourselves to each other yet, so when it was my turn to rehearse, I covered 400 Years by Peter Tosh. During the song, I just looked over and handed him the mic. And y'all already know, with no hesitation, he got up, grabbed the mic, and started freestyling. And we were just passing the mic back and forth. And that was our introduction. The way we vibed, it felt like we knew each other. It felt like...
Just want to make this quick video to testify to the truth, to the facts, man. Let the world know that the Most High God, not the false gods, not the fake gods, but the true and living God, the one who created the heavens and the earth, you know what I'm saying, and manifest through us, is truly a reward of those who love him.
Jawara's love for the Most High was deep. He loved sharing scriptures. He loved the book of Psalms. He got excited talking about God. He saw God in everything. He paid attention to signs and was very passionate about exposing Babylon's blood-sucking system, which is evident in his music. One of the things he always expressed was his mission being rooted in fulfilling the Most High's will and carrying on his father's legacy.
I decree by the power that I have as Ozo Amobia, that the land of Amobia will fight for you. The land of your ancestors will fight for you. The land of Africa will fight for you. Because you people showed amazing connection to Africa.
Much love and condolences to the Tosh family as I join you all in your celebration of Jawara's life. Peter Tosh is a great hero of mine. Never get to meet him in the flesh, But I'm honored to say Jawara is a good version of mine. So yes, much love, Anna, with you all in this time, Blessed love, Rastafari.
In life, it is very rare to connect with somebody so automatically. From the first time we linked, we knew what it was. Real recognized real, of course. But when I played beats, you had a song or rhythm ready that matched perfectly every time. Singing and rapping pure gold off the top. After being in awe like, bro, where did you come up with that? I can hear you proclaiming, Izza, it was already written. Not meaning the words, but the alignment of our paths and spirits. Riding waves of freestyled ideas, flows, and melodies, as well as deep conversations amongst burning the sacrament, was a big part of our bond. But stronger was our mutual understanding and respect for each other as righteous beings, family men, and brothers. All the words you spoke, you stood by firmly, and still do. I continue to discover new messages from your music to this day. So many songs still to be shared with the masses. I will make sure that all these gems continue to reach the people to inspire, heal, and encourage. Your giant heart, vibrant spirit, proud faith, righteous soul, and mighty voice all live on. We miss you being here in the flesh, leading us, but know that you now sit alongside your ancestors, your Father, and the Most High, guiding us always and more powerful than ever. I pledge my never-ending loyalty, support, respect, and love to your family. We will honor your legacy by pushing forward and continuing the fight for legalization, for equal rights, and justice. I praise God for building our brotherhood. You have always been a warrior and vessel of Him. Thank you for showing us the light. Bless Jawara McIntosh, TOSHONE.
He was in a coma for like 3 years. He held on to his life. So I know he's a man of faith. TOSHONE, always, always beloved. You will always be missed. Condolences to the family. 2 of his daughters, Nazare and JJ, and the rest of his kids. Nayambi, the entire family. Melody, strong black woman. Stay as strong as you are. TOSHONE, move on in faith, move on in peace, move on in the glory of the Most High. Blessed, one love.
Blessed love. Yes, blessed love. My name is King Dansky. I hail from the island of Antigua Barbuda, and I want to say condolences to the family and friends of, TOSHONE. Give life, big up yourself, keep the strength, my brother. Yeah, we all have to go down this road. And I want to say one thing that, TOSHONE leave with me is these words, you know what I mean? Stand firm, I go feel warm. You understand? So I want to say condolences to TOSHONE, family, friends. Keep the faith. Life goes on. And I want to say one day, Jah is going to come like a thief in the night. So keep the faith. Yeah, blessed love to each and every one again. All right? Bless.
Yeah, man, I'm Mr. Man Asadi Naki representing TOSHONE, my family, my brother, my soul brother. It was real playing alongside you. Condolences. The whole family, I feel it. Right now, me, I feel it. I've been feeling it. And you is a man who sing with feeling and soul. Boy. But, fly on, my brother. Fly on.
Gamel's spirit shall always be with us. We will have lasting memories through his children, his music, his family, Niambi, sister, Melody, his strong mother. My heart goes out to you. Gamel is just like a flower in the springtime. And I think God picked his best flower to plant in his heavenly garden, because he will forever shine. And he will indeed be missed. My heart mourns dearly with the family. And Gamel, he will always hold a place in our hearts. He will always hold a place in my heart. It was such a blessing to have known you. And I am thankful. I am thankful that I was able to know you. May your soul rest in peace. Rest on with the angels. It's not see you. It's see you soon. God bless you. Thank you.
Tears are cleansing and tears are important. And there is I'm missing something, his physical presence, but I'm not sad. I'm not. It was his time. He held on for us for as long as he needed to. Maybe longer, to be honest. Anyway, I want to wrap this up. Gamel, I love you so much. You know that because we talk. And you know that because I know that you're with me. Gamel, I love you. And I'm glad that you held on for as long as you did. I'm also glad that you left us when you were ready to. Ashe.
His spirit would not only live on in his music, but in our hearts.
Rastafari, Kings of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquered Lion of the tribe of Judah. Rise up, rise up, rise up, African children, Jaja is calling. Rise up, African children, Ethiopia is calling. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, African children, Jaja is calling, yeah. Rise up, African children, Ethiopia is calling. Rise up, African children, Jaja is calling, yo. Rise up, African children, Ethiopia is calling. 500 years of slavery in the West. Now we arise from the depths of depths. Love your brother, cause unity is strength. For the youths born war and violence. Now stay mute, now go keep silent. We speak the truth and keep a clean conscience. Never you fear them, no. Stand up for your rights and be proud. Jaja go tear them down. In a lake of fire, them a go down. Rise up, rise up, rise up, African children. Jaja is calling. Rise up, African children, Jaja is calling, yeah. Rise up, African children, Ethiopia is calling. Out of many, many, many people we are one. The burden heavy, heavy, but we shall overcome. Through the power of the Most High, in Him we're glorified. It's truth you can't deny. Babylon, you get overthrown, so we come to claim the throne. Rise up, rise up. Rise up, African children, Jaja is calling. Rise up, African children, Ethiopia is calling. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, African children, Jaja is calling, yeah. Rise up, African children, Ethiopia is calling. Oh, yeah. Oh. Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I First, Jah Rastafari. Children unite, whether black or white, you could have purple or green, we must all take flight. Free your hearts and mind, free your hearts and mind, don't you get left behind. We hear them talking
talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Yeah, yeah, me hear them talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Whoa, whoa, me hear them talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Some of them call it ganja, some of them call it weed. Some of them call it Cali, some call it Sensi. Some of them smoking pure, some roll with eyelid. No matter what they try, them can't fight this answer. Sense in me, yeah, yeah.
Elephant man, here we go. Yo, Elephant man, this energy gotta represent for TOSHONE. You don't know. My brother from another mother. Yeah. TOSHONE, kick out. Kaboom, bullet.
Not alone, no. I say you are not alone. For too long, we've been waiting for this time. We hear them talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Yeah, yeah, me hear them talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Whoa, whoa, me hear them talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Yeah, yeah, me hear them talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Whoa, let me see it, but the judgment come. Yo, make me tell you about the fire of the bun. Yeah, yeah, talking about the Zion train, but I am in the spaceship. Whoa, is it love or logos? The feeling that I have for you, knowing I would never die, but I know I would kill for you. Is it love or loss? The feeling that I have for you, just thinking I would never die, but I know I would kill for you. Them not see it, but the judgment come. Yo, make me tell you, cause the fire have been burn. Them not see it, but the judgment come. Yo, make me tell you, cause the fire have been
Screaming justice for Jawara, justice for Jawara.